Howdy, welcome to the channel. I'm Jimmy, aka Braniff Sim Pilot. Today we are sitting at Dallas Love Field in the Fenix a320, and we're going to make a flight down to my home airport, Corpus Christi. Of course, I lived in Dallas most all of my life and moved down to Corpus Christi a couple of years ago to North Padre Island. My office used to be just beyond view there. I had an office over there and had a good view of Southwest, who pretty much runs this airport. Although there's some Alaska Airlines, they have a gate or two. The rest of it's all Southwest. Had a good view of them flying over our office. We had glass windows, so it was a pretty cool place to be working. So this will be a pretty short flight. I say probably an hour 15 minutes. So let's get to it. We'll get some power to the plane here. Battery 1, battery 2, and external power. Planes start coming to life. We'll get our emergency exit lights armed, no smoking on. Get our nav lights on. Get a strobe at auto. Crew supply oxygen on. Ground control on. Let's start lining up here. Nav 1, 2, and 3. Fault lights should go out. Be on battery. That's looking perfect. Okay, let's get over here to this guy. Why is everything so zoomed in? Interesting. Tap to import from SimBrief. That's us, Braniff 225. Let's go to mass and balance. Well, before we do that, let's go here. And I'll be using my wind control McDo here, and flight init. Let's get that done, and we'll request that. Date looks good, 5/18/2026, 2033 UTC looks good. And we'll go back to the menu here. Yes, the primary is lost, we know that. And go init request. We'll just wait for that to load up. Now I'm running a couple of programs here. I'm running Active Sky for the weather. I am running it, right? Yes, I am running. I'm running Say Intentions Entourage for cabin announcements. I'm running Volanta. I checked for VATSIM, and there's no VATSIM on in Texas, so I'm using Beyond ATC, mostly for the traffic, but we'll use it for ATC as well. And I run Stream Deck. Okay, so our flight number is BNF, Braniff, BNF, was it 255? 225. And then we'll get I'll put this screen over here. Let's get our OFP open, and our cost index is 15. Well, let's see, scoot that over a little bit. Scoot this over a little bit. Is cost index is 15. And our cruising altitude 330. That's pretty high for this short flight. 330. And let's go ahead and do a wind request. While we wait for that to come in, well, it came in pretty quick. Let's go to our flight plan page, and let's say I'm using Beyond ATC, so let's jump over there, and I'll just let it do the talking, or let our first officer do the talking.
Braniff
Get our clearance.
225, ready to pick up IFR clearance to Corpus Christi.
Braniff 225, love clearance cleared to Corpus Christi Airport. Curlo 6 departure with the San Antonio transition, then as filed. Climb via SID, accept maintain 6,000. Departure frequency 118.55, squawk 45 tree.
Cleared to Corpus Christi Airport. Curlo 6 departure with the San Antonio transition, then as filed. Climb via SID, accept maintain 6,000. Departure frequency 118.55, squawk 4533.
Pop that squawk code in there.
Braniff 225.
Hold standby, that's cool.
Ground 121.75 when ready for pushback or engine start.
We'll contact ground 121.75 when ready for pushback or engine start. Braniff 225.
So our departures,
have a good afternoon.
13
Thanks.
left on the Curlo 6. Curlo 6. Pop that in there to SAT. SAT, pop that in there. Insert. And then something that we need to do here is load the aircraft. I've got the GSX I've got the GSX sync activated, but in GSX they'll do the boarding, the catering, and the refueling all if you select this, or just the boarding. We're just going to do instant today, and we'll dismiss that. That gives us our 110 passengers, gives us our cargo 3,600 pounds, and gives us our fuel. So we can send that to them to do. And then we can go back over here and finish our flight plan. KCRP, okay, so let's take a look at this. So let's see what they got us on runway 18. No arrival. So 18. We can do an RNAV. Let's see. Let's see what. That looks like our best choice there. RNAV runway 18 with skids. So let's add that. Pretty clean. It's pretty clean. Okay, so our arrival is 18.
FlexJet 531, taxi to ramp November 14.
RNAV.
Taxi to ramp November 14 via Alpha 1. Alpha. FlexJet 531.
Yankee or Zulu? Let's see. Let me just look at the charts. It doesn't say one way or the other. Let's do Zulu and we'll double check it. Insert that. And let's jump up here And let's get some things ready to go here. So let's go with we don't need that integral lighting. Let's go with constraints. Let's hit the active barrel key. Put you on plan. Let's get you on VOR, constraints. Rest of that looks good. And whoops, I hit the wrong button. Wrong button. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look at this and see what it looks like. Skids should be Kavla next. Kavla next. Doesn't have either of those in there. So let's again go. Oh, you know why? I'll tell you why. Because we're on runway 18, not 13. Nope, 13 is what I had in there. Let's try the Yankee. Let's insert that. Let's clear you. And let's look at that. That's more like it, isn't it? That looks correct. We'll call that good. Put you back on arc. And they said 6,000, so I used my stream deck. 6,000 in altitude. We've got the barrow done. We're loaded. And lit. It's looking good. We've got the winds. Flight level 330. I'm just going to double check that. .330 it says, so we'll do it. We'll do it. And radial frequencies will be handled by our first officer over there. We can put this up. And let's get back up here. Fire test. APU. Okay, let's get the fuel on. Fuel on. And let's start the APU. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Start. Okay. Let's start looking at our performance. We're ahead of the game here. Sync load sheet final, because we did an instant loading and the weather's in there. Calculate U 134, 135. Transition altitude 18 is right. Flaps 1. Trim is down 0.4. Flex temp is 69. Looks fair to me. Go back over here to the McDo. Look at our performance. It is in there and looking wonderful. Okay, so we got through this so fast. I feel like that was a stutter. There's Chick-fil-A right there. I'm running I Blue Yonder scenery for Dallas and Fly Too High scenery for Corpus Christi. And so, if I haven't missed anything, let me just take a little look here, make sure I got everything in there. I think we do. I think we can start talking about pushing back and getting out of here.
1686, taxi to gate 19 via
Let's just take a look at that.
Taxi to gate 19 via Mike 2, Mike, Bravo 5,
Get up
Bravo,
here.
Papa, Delta, Southwest 1686.
My zoom wheel on my mouse, something's not set right. So that probably will push nose left. They probably send us down there on Bravo. We'll see. We'll see.
Braniff 225 at gate 12 request pushback.
Braniff 225, love ground, pushback approved, face east.
Pushback approved, face east. Braniff 225.
While GSX looks completely different. Hot fix. Wow. Let's get the APU bleed on. Let's get the beacon on. Let's get over here. Wow, that is completely different GSX menu. And let's go to Phoenix ground. And GPU, we'll let that.
Welcome aboard flight 225 to Corpus Christi. Our estimated flight time is approximately 60 minutes.
Let that
Please
switch
pay close
over.
attention to the
That
upcoming
looks
safety
good.
demonstration, as it contains important information even for frequent flyers. Fasten your seatbelt
Here
by
comes
inserting the
our
metal fitting into the
tug.
buckle and pulling the straps tight. The seatbelt must be fastened whenever the seatbelt sign is illuminated. Please return your seat backs and tray tables to the upright position and open your window blinds for takeoff and landing. Mobile phones and electronic devices must be set to flight mode, and
I still
larger
feel like I'm
devices must be
forgetting
securely
something,
stowed during
but,
takeoff and landing. Smoking
hopefully not.
and the use of e-cigarettes are prohibited anywhere on board, including the lavatories. Oxygen masks will drop automatically if required. Hold the mask firmly, place it over your nose and mouth, and breathe normally. Remember to secure your own mask before assisting others. Life vests are located under your seat or between the seats. Put it on, fasten it, and inflate it only after leaving.
Oh, look at this.
Floor level lighting will
Wow.
guide you to
So
the
we're
nearest
going to
exit,
go
which is
nose
clearly marked.
left.
There are 2 exits at the front and 2 at the rear
Nose
of the
left.
aircraft. The nearest exit may be behind you. In case of
Parking
evacuation,
brakes are
leave all
released.
personal belongings behind and follow all safety instructions from the crew immediately. If any electronic device becomes hot
Okay,
or catches fire,
let's get
please inform a
crew
crew member
started.
immediately. The safety information card contains all details. Thank you for your attention.
Southwest 523, taxi to gate 1 via Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Quebec, Bravo. All right, taxi to gate 1 via Bravo, Charlie, Delta, Quebec, Bravo, Southwest 523.
Please set the parking brakes. The parking brakes are set. Thank you. Okay, we say we get engine 1 started.
Southwest 2281.
Pretty good sounds.
Request pushback and engine start.
Southwest 2281, love ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face east.
Pushback and engine start approved. Face east. Southwest 2281.
There he's showing us the pin. We'll flash the taxi lights at him. We got a message. Let's see what it is. Go ATSU. AOC menu. Receive messages. Yeah, it's our load sheet. Prelim, we'll set that. And our load sheet final, which we have confirmed that.
Southwest 4897,
Accept that.
taxi to gate 4 via Mike 2, Mike Bravo 5, Quebec.
Taxi to gate 4 via Mike 2, Mike Bravo 5, Quebec.
Let's get
Southwest
the
4897.
whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I should have had the seat belts on. Let's get the APU bleed off. And the APU off. Beacon nav's on. Seat belts are on. Let's get the predictive wind shear to auto. Let's get flaps 1. Arm the spoilers. Set you to normal. Set auto brake to max. And we got 6,000 set for our altitude. Let's get Navigraph up here. Let's get the furlough 6 departure. So we're going to
Southwest 2281, runway 13 right taxi via Quebec, Delta, Charlie, Kilo, Charlie, Bravo.
All right, we'll taxi to runway 13 right via Quebec, Delta, Charlie, Kilo, Charlie,
furlough.
Southwest 2281.
Nellen. We're going right here. Waco, Prize, Torrey, San Antonio. Right through here. No restrictions. So no worries there at all. And we need to cage our secondary here, or get our taxi lights on to taxi. And let's request taxi and let's get on out of here.
Braniff 225, request taxi.
Braniff 225, runway 13 left taxi via Quebec, Bravo, Delta, Mike 6.
All right, we'll taxi to runway 13 left via Quebec, Bravo, Delta,
Yeah,
Mike 6.
that's
Braniff 225.
That's pretty much what we thought. We'll be able to sit better here. Quebec, Bravo. Mike, right here. So that is looking fine. Let's get our parking brake.
2281, contact left tower.
Let's see, let's do a flight control check. What do you say we do that? Flight controls. Full right, neutral, full left, neutral, full up, neutral, full down, neutral, full right, full left. It's looking wonderful. I'll click that on status. It'll switch the page. Our trim. I still got that up over here. No, trim, performance down 0.4. Three 0.5, 0.4. Perfect. Let's get out of here. Looks like we've got traffic behind us. Yep. I'm probably going slow for a Southwest driver. Slow for the Southwest driver. Get on the center line, Jimmy. Get on the center line. Okay, we just keep taxiing down Bravo. Taxi in 20 knots and idle. That's pretty normal. Pretty normal. Cabin be seated for takeoff.
Contact Love Tower 123.7. See you.
Contact Tower 123.7, Braniff 225.
Copy, Captain. Cabin is secure and crew are taking seats now.
Something I forgot to do. No big deal. I'll try it. I don't think it'll work. Okay, right. Yeah, I forgot to start my ACARS, man. Forgot. I even wrote a note over here. You gotta have FSUIPC running. I don't think it's gonna let me do it, but we're gonna try. Oh, it did. It did do it. Okay. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Let's request our departure.
225, holding short. Runway 13 left.
Let's get lit up. Strobes on, landing lights on.
Wind 160 at 18, gust 30.
Call the cabin.
Runway 13 left, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 13
Let's do a
left.
takeoff config.
Burn up to Darset, cleared for
Normal.
takeoff. Braniff 225.
Let's get out of here.
Southwest 2155, exit left at Bravo.
Exit left at Bravo, Southwest 2155.
Looking clear. See downtown Dallas out here, and as I said, my office is right over here.
Ground 121.75,
All right, so put some forward pressure on the stick. Spool them up about 40, 50, looks good. Flex. Man flex 69. Blue, SRS screen, airspeed's alive. Stay on the center line.
On runway 13 left remaining, 6,200 feet.
And Positive rate gear up. I'm just following the flight directors.
Braniff 225, contact Lone Star departure.
Contact Lone Star departure, Braniff 225, good day. Lone Star departure, Braniff 225, 1,500 feet.
Goodbye, Dallas.
Climb and maintain
Says lever
16,000
climb.
feet, Braniff 225.
And go ahead and engage autopilot. TCAS standby. Spoilers armed. Now they're not armed. Ignition. Ignition's off. I love those sounds. There, right there, downtown Dallas. Right there's the what do they call that? That's that Reunion Tower. It's a big ball on the top, and it has a restaurant in it, or it used to have a restaurant in it. And it rotates. You sit next to the glass there, and as you're eating dinner or lunch or whatever you're having there, it slowly rotates around. It's a really cool place. All right, what are we doing? They didn't give us higher, and so, we better get the flaps up. That was my bad. Let's get 33 in there. .33 and opening climb. That's a pull. Open climb. Thrust levers are climb. We're nabbing. Should have had this on. And everything is looking good. No lights is a good thing. Goodbye look to Big D. Kind of hazy, overcast and hazy maybe. No, just a cloud. Just a cloud. This, by the way, is the version of the IE engines. There's 10,000. Get those lights off. Looks like smooth weather, so we can get the seat belts off.
Dear guys, we are now at a safe altitude, and the use of approved electronic devices is permitted in flight mode. Cabin service will begin shortly, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight with Braniff. Thank you for flying with us.
And while we're climbing out here, I'm gonna step away for a second, turn my ceiling fan on.
on 132.85, Braniff 225. Fort Worth Center, Braniff 225 through 1313,500 for 1616,000, direct Neyland.
Braniff 225, Fort Worth Center. Good afternoon. Climb, maintain flight level 330.
Climb, maintain flight level 330, Braniff 225.
Braniff 225, contact Fort Worth Center 126.725.
Contact Fort Worth Center 126.725, Braniff 225. Fort Worth Center, Braniff 225. Good afternoon through 16,500 feet for flight level 330.
Braniff 225, Fort Worth Center, roger. Braniff 225, contact Fort Worth Center 134.15, take care.
Center on 134.15, Braniff 225. Fort Worth Center, Braniff 225. Good afternoon through 1717,700.
Right, we're at
330, direct Neyland.
so
November 3,
full
08 Sierra Papa.
for standard, and I
Heading 055.
got them all linked.
Turn left, heading 055, November 308 Sierra Papa.
November 308 Sierra Papa. Turn right, heading 260, vectors for the approach. Expect further clearance in about 25 miles.
Turn right, heading 260, November 308 Sierra Papa.
Braniff 225, Fort Worth Center.
I think I'm going to be flying quite a bit this week.
Contact Fort Worth
My
Center
wife,
127.6.
her father was in World War II. She's got a bunch of memorabilia that he brought back, stuff from his military career, and in New Orleans there's a museum, World War II museum out there, and she asked him if they would like to have some of the stuff, and they did. So her and my daughter are gonna drive out there this week and present his things to the museum. He's got some really neat stuff in there. And, so I'll be here by myself at the house. It's supposed to be, the beach today is terrible. The tide's up high. The water's all the way up to the dunes. There's really no beach. And it's supposed to rain the rest of the week, I think, which is a blessing for us. We're in a 5-year drought, and we're just about a month away from being on emergency water restrictions. When we got some rain a couple of weeks ago, and they delayed the emergency water restrictions out some, and now it's looking like we're going to get some rain the rest of this week. And so even though I kind of hate that, because I like to go down to the beach, do some fishing and people watching and that sort of thing, but my wife won't be here, and it'll be just as good if it rains. I can't complain about any rain at all around here. So let's see where we're at. We're at 24,000. And we're doing pretty good. We're not having any problems with that altitude. sounded high to me, but I was obviously wrong. So I said I'd be flying quite a bit this week. My friend who lives in New Zealand, who's also the VP of Braniff Virtual Airways, is a Boeing guy. And he's also, he says, a trash hauler. He's also a cargo pilot. That's what he flies. He flies the 777 almost exclusively. And he flies the 737, I think all three of them, the 6. I don't know about the 700, but I know he flies the 8, 900. He is venturing off into Airbus land, and he's got all wind controls panels, the EFIS, MCP, and he's like me. He's got the McDo, wind control McDo, and Stream Deck, and I think his cockpit setup, he doesn't even have to use a mouse, which is really cool. But he ventured off and got all the Airbus stuff, and he's currently learning the Fenix. And so this video might be something to help him out. I'll tell him it's up there and he can watch it. But the Fenix is giving him trouble, and I've had this happen before, where you load up at the airport at the gate and the plane just starts moving. It'll go right through the terminal. I let it see how far it'd go one time, and it went through the terminal all the way onto the other side with the power off and all chocks on, everything. I thought, okay, the day that happened to me, I just moved on, went to something else, flew it, I think. Second time it happened to me, I don't know if it was the next time I flew it or not, but it happened to me, and I switched to the 319, flew it, thinking, well, okay, that must be me. I always blame me first, and then it went away. It didn't do it anymore. That's months and months ago. And that's what's happening to him. So his first flight in the Airbus is being delayed because the plane's scooting around the terminal when it's not supposed to be. So he's working with the Fenix. He's working with the Fenix folks, and they're trying to work it out for him. So I hope he gets that figured out. I couldn't help him at all because I didn't do anything to fix mine. It just quit doing it. If you see me swatting around, there's a little fruit fly or something flying around in here. It gets right in front of my face. I'll be going like that. So back to I was talking about flying a lot this week. So since I'm set up for the Airbus, I'd like to fly the A330 some more and the A350. I'll probably do that this week. Probably fly at least the A330 for a while. I don't fly long haul flights. I sure don't do that on screens. I know there's people that do, but I don't do that. And so I still make fairly short flights, even if it's A330 or A350. I have very few followers. Excuse me. I have very few followers, and I've only had someone in my chat once so far. I enjoy doing it. I'll keep doing it. Maybe I'll get some folks in there at some point. But flights like that, there's our cruise now too. These videos get boring. It's just me talking, don't, you know, making stuff up, talking about whatever when there's nobody in the chat.
Dear guests, we are
So
now
I'll
cruising
put-
comfortably,
I'll
and
put on a little bit of
begin
a tune.
our snack and beverage service shortly. Be sure to try our delicious chicken
We'll
salad
ride
wrap
along
and
here for a
refreshing
while.
fruit juices from Braniff menu. After the service, we will have selected items from the Braniff shop available for you to browse. Thank you for flying with us.
I was just looking at my A-cars, making sure it's still going. I really lucked out on that it let me start it that late when sitting at the runway. But if we were on the runway, it wouldn't let me do it. I know for sure. I don't know when Braniff decided to do this livery. I'm not sure why they did it this way. There's two of them. One of them has purple, the Braniff lettering in purple. And I think they only had the two aircraft. I'd have to look that up, I'm not sure. I'm a Braniff fan, so I like it all the same. Like somebody on the Facebook page, when I posted a picture of it, he said, a photo of it, that they called that Reebok. I think I've seen a different paint they had that was a Reebok that had some stripes across it. But Reebok it is, I think. There's that fly. Braniff's been gone since 1982, and it's kind of funny on VATSIM the other night. The controller had no clue who Braniff was. I guess there's lots of folks out there that don't know Braniff. I grew up just north of Love Field, where we departed from, in the 60s and 70s, and we were right in the flight path at 13 left and right, and those planes would fly over us, 727s, DC-8s, and I used to be just fascinated with them when I was a kid, and so I've always been a Braniff fan. When I started my VA, I decided to do Braniff, you know, knowing that was going to be kind of hard for repaints, because Braniff, the flying into the plane, right? Flying colors. They had a jelly bean paints. There was, I think, 6 of those colors, and there's 4 or 5 of the Geddes and Harper era flying colors liveries, where if you got a VA with it's Ryanair or Southwest or something, you know. Well, Southwest got a bunch of special paints, but you're not having to have a bunch of different colors. And we've fallen behind on some of our repaints, but there's some on the Flight Sim TO, and I've got some in the download section that I've converted to 2024. Excuse me. And I've got some more coming.
Contact Houston Center 125.65, Braniff 225.
There's Houston Center.
Houston Center, Braniff 225, flight level 330.
So our top of descent is 127 miles. 126 miles. So, you know, a pretty short flight. I'll turn on some tunes here and shut my rattle trap up for a little bit till we get a little closer. So, talk a little bit more about some of the flights I've been doing. I've met some folks by accident on YouTube by watching and commenting on some videos, and I've been invited to fly along with them. And one of them is Captain Jack Flight Sim on Mondays and Wednesdays. I talked to him on the phone a little bit earlier today. He's flying a DC-3 tonight, just a VFR flight, and I haven't flown a DC-3. I can't even remember the last time I flew a DC-3, and I'm really not set up for that, so I'm probably not going to fly with him tonight. But we've become friends. Charlie 31 is another guy I've become friends with. There's his page. And both of them introduced me to Bravo 737. I'm just looking through here. Bravo 737. And they fly on Thursday nights. They have, the Bravo 737 has a Thursday night flight club. And they invited me to fly along with them as well. So that's Monday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night. I'm flying. The only problem with all three of those flights for me is they're pretty late. They don't start till my time, till Captain Jack started at 7:30 my time, and the Thursday night flight club starts at around 7 or 7:15, I think, most of the time, my time, and that puts me, depending on the length of the flight, sometimes 11 or 12 o'clock. And I'm one of those go to bed early guys and get up early, but it's great fun. Bravo Thursday Night Flight Club. Thursday Night Flight Club.
2554, contact Georgetown approach 123.0. Good day.
And let's see.
Contact Georgetown approach, November 82554.
Okay, there's the schedule. So this Thursday is the 21st, is that right? Today's the 18th, is the 21st. Flying in Australia. .737 or 777. 2 hours, so I can do that. I'll probably fly the 737 on that night. So anyway, there's where I've been spending some of my time. I thought I'd put the Thursday Night Flight Club, my rotating banners up there, but it looks like I didn't. I'm pretty sure I put the file in there. Although I don't want to mess with it now because my stream seems to be working for once. Yesterday, I was flying yesterday. Somehow the even though I started the stream and OBS was saying the stream was going, it never started on YouTube. So I have no idea what the heck that was about. I see we got a company message and we need to enter our destination data. Let's go to the company message. Braniff Fox. Oh, so we're 9 minutes late leaving. So I'll show you what you got to do. Go back, delay, 9 minutes, and then who are we going to blame that on? You go here, delay allocation card, and let's blame it on the ground crew. RLP. RLP 9 minutes. And then send that, and then go back to your received messages and you'll get a message back from them. There it is already. ADC received. So that's kind of a cool little feature. Enter our destination data. Okay. Whoops. I'm gonna move this over here. Something like that. And get Navigraph up here. Well, you can't see. Oh, you can if I do this here. Okay, so what we want to do, we want to go to progress, no, performance, approach, Q&H is 2980, and the temperature is 32. Is the temperature. That keeps going off because I click off the window. And the wind is 150 at 21, gusting to 31. So at my house it's very windy today. 150 at 21. It's going to be pretty spicy. And this is 180 for
Have a good one.
the transition altitude.
Houston Center, Braniff 225.
And the barrow, and we can get that also here. If we just go to, let me do this first. And the barrow is 345. It's 345. Okay. Because that was on the second McDo is why those messages were still there. We're still 46 miles from the top of the descent. We'll do a little bit of approach briefing here in a minute. So for the minute, we'll just ride along, maybe with a wing view. Be right back. took it from
225, Corpus Christi Airport landing runway 18.
Corpus Christi Airport. Landing runway 18, Braniff 225.
That's good because that's what we're landed on. So as we saw earlier, it's pretty simple. Kavala, here's runway 18. I don't know why this says not used. That's going to be say intentions 13. What's the real one? Oh, no real one. Okay. 13. Would be probably be right straight into the wind. We're going to keep it at 18. That'll be spicy. And just missed approach is 2000 direct to Sola. So
United 624, contact Houston Center 134.2. See you.
we're now about 12 miles,
Center on 134.2.
and we're going to go down to 1700. And so I'm gonna dial 1700 in here. $1,700, and that should be good. 7 miles. I like to start down. Unlike a Boeing, even though we have the altitude dialed in here, we're in managed out cruise mode, so it would just keep cruising. Unlike Boeing, will automatically start down. Airbus is not like that. You got to tell it to start down. So I usually get inside of 5 miles, and that's just so it doesn't chase the profile. There's 4 miles. We'll let it get to 3, and then we're going to go manage descent. So that's a push on that button. You'll get that dot right there. You'll know that you're in manage descent mode. So to start down, you'll see we'll go below the path at first, but it'll catch up to it. Seems to work better for me. You see it coming back. Thrust idle, of course, in the Airbus, you never move the throttles off of climb. You just leave them there, and they stay there until you retard the throttles for landing. So we're starting our way down. We're about 99 miles from the airport. See how I do on landing in those winds again. Gusting 29. Steady at 22, gusting 29. Spicy. It's early to do our landing performance as well, but we can do it and then come back and check it a little later on. So here, 18, dry, METAR. Actually, I could put the landing weight in there. I can put the landing weight right in there. Excuse me. Which is going to be 127.8.
Braniff 225, contact Houston Center
127.8.
Center on 134.6, Braniff 225. Houston Center, Braniff 225, flight level 295.
Braniff 225, Houston Center, copy.
That runway is only 6,000 feet long. Let's see. If we go medium, max manual, max reverse, we can do it, but it's spicy. Let's see, low, medium, gonna be spicy, folks. It's gonna be spicy. We're probably gonna need, that's the brake fans. We're probably gonna need some brake fans for this one. Okay. 82 miles coming down to a spicy landing. Flight Sim Expo. It's not far off. My wife and I are going. St. Paul, Minneapolis, St. Paul. Just St. Paul, Minnesota. It'll be fun. We'll be there all 3 days. One of those days we'll probably go do something else, but I'll be spending plenty of time in there, and I'll be putting some Facebook posts on Facebook. I'll be putting both live videos and photos up when I get there, so be on the lookout for that. That's the Braniff Virtual Airways Facebook page, which you can find the link to that at in the footer of the web page, braniffvirtual.com.
Descend and maintain flight level 200, Braniff 225.
Okay. If you're on VATSIM, of course, you'd dial 200 in there. Or if I was on Beyond ATC on the voice and not on automatic right now, I just have it on auto respond and auto tune the radio. But if I have these off and I'm talking to it just like you would on VATSIM, then I would also dial in flight level 200 and not 1700. Man, we're just making our way down here. We're right on the green dot. Speed's pretty close to where it needs to be. Looks good to me. Look at this text message real quick. In the 737 there, you can pre-select the barrow. It'll show down here. And click, push to click off standard. It'll go to it. Can't do that in Airbus. Although I've seen some people take it out of standard, dial it in, and then put it back in standard. I don't know if that. Well, we're at 8. Well, we're already at 18,000, so I was going to say I would try that, but we're already at it. So push, and we said it was 29.79. So 29.79. Set once, twice. And 3 times, I should say. Forgot how to, I was saying that I don't even have a Thursday Night Flight Club in there, but I don't remember how to set that. I'll have to check that offline. Look at them clouds. Thank you, Active Skies. Looking good. See the ocean out there? The angry ocean by my house today. Angry ocean with those winds. It was white water as far as I could see out there earlier today.
Turn left, heading 180, Envoy Niner 81.
Braniff 225, descend and maintain 1,000 feet, altimeter 2979er.
Descend and maintain 1,000
Roger that.
feet, altimeter 2979er, Braniff 225.
Contact Corpus approach 120.9er.
Contact Corpus approach, Braniff 225. Corpus approach, Braniff 225. Good afternoon, 1313,100, we have Yankee.
Braniff 225 Corpus approach. Altimeter 29er79er, expect radar vectors for RNAV runway 18.
Altimeter 29er79er, expect radar vectors for RNAV runway 18. Braniff 225.
I mainly use a BATC for beyond ATC for the AI traffic, and sometimes when they vector you in, now if you're on voice mode, you can ask, you know, if you're flying an ILS or something, you can ask for the ILS. It gives you vectors almost all the time. Sometimes their vectors don't make much sense, and so for the sake of sanity, I'm just going to ignore what they say.
Braniff 225, turn left, heading 100, vectors for the approach.
Turn left, heading 100, Braniff 225.
So you turn left to 100. I mean, we're turning toward the runway right now. You know, why are they vectoring us off that way?
Descend and maintain 7,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 7,000 feet. Braniff 225.
There's 10,000. You see our speed coming down.
090.
I'm surprised it
Turn
busted
left,
that.
heading 090.
I am surprised
Braniff
it busted
225.
that. Get some brakes, speed brakes out.
Copy, Captain. I will ensure the crew checks that everyone is seated and has fastened their seatbelts.
Braniff 225, turn left, heading 075.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now
Turn
on our
left,
final
heading
approach to
075.
Corpus Christi.
Braniff
Please turn off
225.
all electronic devices.
Still
Show
fast.
them until we arrive.
Okay, let's get our lights on.
Kindly put your tray tables away and ensure your seats are in their full upright position. Make sure
Ding
your
the
seatbelts
cabin.
are fastened. The weather in Corpus Christi is currently 31 degrees Celsius with some haze, so please remain vigilant as we prepare for landing. Thank you for flying with Braniff.
It's kind of refusing to slow down, isn't it? Even though we got the brakes on.
Braniff 225, turn left, heading 050.
Turn left, heading 050, Braniff 225.
See, 050, that's flying away from the airport. I don't get it. I don't get it. Speed is still running away with us for some reason.
Braniff 225, turn left, heading 040.
Turn left, heading 040, Braniff 225.
Turning even further away from the airport. We're going to want max. Oh, it won't let me do that, will it? That's right. You can only go medium. Oh, auto brakes. Bring the spoilers in and see if the speed will behave. Still faster than we need to be. Now you can activate the approach phase. I don't know why it's why we're going so fast.
$2,500.
Okay, here's our turn. Our speed's coming down. Let's get flaps 1 in, try to help that. VF 134. Yeah, our speed is finally coming down. That's flat 2, speed check. Activate the approach. Oh, no ILS, so that won't do me any good. Alright, so let's arm the speed brakes. Did they arm? They did arm. Up to 7.5 miles out. Seatbelt signs on. See how it's going to fly it. Seeming like we're staying high. Oh, there. It picked it up okay. Let's get the gear down.
Braniff 225, contact Corpus Tower 119.4.
Contact Tower 119.4.
We get full
Braniff
flaps.
225. Corpus Tower, Braniff 225. RNAV runway 18.
Braniff 225, Corpus Tower, wind 140 at 22, gusts 29er, runway 18 cleared to land.
What kind of accident
Runway
is that
18 cleared
for
to land. Braniff 225.
South Texas?
$1,000.
Approaching
See that 20 knot
3.
headwind there that we talked about? Autopilot off.
500. 100 above. Minimum.
I got a lot of right rudder in there. Still not wanting to line up. Let's get off the rudder.
30. 20. Retard. Retard.
Whoa.
Pitch. Pitch.
Whoa. We didn't want that.
Don't sink.
We didn't want that.
Pitch. Pitch.
Wow. That was awful. That was awful.
Braniff 225, exit next available taxiway.
Exit next available taxiway, Braniff 225.
Braniff 225, contact ground
Ladies and
121.9.
gentlemen, welcome.
That was very strange.
Did you know that Corpus Christi is home to the largest naval fleet in the world? How cool is that? Huh? Thank you for flying
That
with
was
Braniff.
very
Please remain
strange.
seated with your seat belts fastened until we reach our final parking position. On behalf of your flight crew, thank you for flying with Braniff. The local time here is 5:02
Let's clean the
p.m.
plane
If
up.
you have a connection, please note the following. Flight 230 to Austin departs at 6:15 p.m.
Gosh,
from
I
Gate
don't know
22,
what was
and
going on
flight
there. It
315
just
Houston departs at 6:30 p.m. from Gate 25.
took off on me there. Serious pilot error is what it was. Now my tiller is like stuck. And we're in the grass. That was not fun at all. That was not fun at all. A lot of crazy things happened there. My tiller,
All aircraft
I kind of know what that might be.
Zulu now current, altimeter 2979er.
I might have forgot to set my control right. In the Fenix, you need everything linear, but I have a couple of settings for my Ursa Minor stick, and I'm probably on the wrong one. Now, let's see about this new GSX here. Gate 3, Gate 6. Invoice from Southwest 1971. Interesting. Request follow me. No. Southwest is fine. Okay. All right. You said that was gate 5. Gate 5. Will it show it to us? Show me this spot. Yep. Interesting GSX update there to go along with my terrible landing. I don't even want to see what that was. 354 with a couple of bounces and awful. We'll be parking right here. Get the APU on. We are parking right here. Okay, about right there. Parking brakes on. APU bleed is on. APU's on. Engines cut. Engines cut. And off went the power. Oh, APU generator was off. Okay. Things are just a mess today. Just a mess. Alright, so let's turn the beacon off. Seatbelts off. Okay. So requested boarding for me after I turn the power off, which is Phoenix. Okay. Open the door. I don't have seated passengers checked in GSX. What a crazy flight. What a crazy flight. That should have been off. Thought I turned it off. Okay. There you have it. Let GSX do some deboarding. And they're deboarding. Here we are in Corpus Christi. Thanks for watching. Sorry for the landing. Better luck next time. All right. Catch you next time.